So, hi everyone, and this is Dr. N. Praveena from Assistant Professor, Department of CST in MITS College. So, my topic is cyber security, the recent issues and trends. So, these are the agenda. So, let's discuss about what are the introduction, what is the importance of cyber security. So, what are the different types of cyber securities are there? So, why I have chosen this topic? What are the scale of cyber security thefts are there happening in the world? And currently, what are the cyber security trends are there and predictions? What are the cyber security predictions are there? Key technologies and best practices are there. So finally, we have to give the cyber safety tips how we can protect our system from the cyber attacks. Let me give introduction about the cyber security. Why I have chosen this topic. Cyber security is the most concerned matter as the cyber threats and attacks are overgrowing day by day. So that attacks are now more sophisticated techniques to target the systems. So it not only targeting the system by using the individual small scale businesses, and even the large organizations are suffering by using the cyber attacks. So if you take the firms, whether it is maybe the IT or non-IT firms, have understand what is the importance of cyber security, and just they are focusing on adapting all possible measures to deal with the cyber threats. As the technology we use advance and progresses, the enormous potential for cybercrime also growing. So not only is the number of cyber attacks growing, but the incidents what happening so becoming very sophisticated and become dangerous too. So when you talk about the cost, when the cybercrime is happen, it become more and more nowadays, and it is expected to the cost around the world more than 64 sorry $24 million trillion by 2027. We can expect that cost also. So in simple term, so if you want to be very clear with cyber security, so what are the basic terms we want to know? So first thing, you have to very be clear what is the word cyber. So from there only the cyber security derives. And second thing, so what is the need we have to know about the cyber security, and what are the various security problems in cyber field. So how to implement and maintain the security of the cyber field around us. So if you know these three four basic terms, then we must know so why we have to give importance for the cyber security. So this is for general awareness, and two, my topic is regarding to research oriented also. So now we are doing the research, so where you can take, if you are well versed, if you are good in security, so which topic you want to take. So in that point of view also, you this ppt can be helpful for you, this lecture can be helpful for you. And starting with the word cyber, just understand what do you mean by cyber? It is the combining form relating to the information technology, the internet, and the virtual reality. So we can define the cyber security in different levels. So I'll go with the starting level, the base level. So we can define the cyber security as a base is nothing but it is the protection of interconnected system, including the hardware, the software, and the data from the cyber attacks. If we go to the intermediate level, we can define the cyber security is nothing but it is the body of technology, the process, and the practices designed to protect the network, computer programs, and data from attack that will cause damage and unauthorized access. So in depth, right? So if you are defining the cyber security for the expert level, I can define the cyber security is primarily about the people, the processes, and the technology working together to encompass the full range of theft reduction. So how much vulnerability is there to reduce the vulnerability and reduction, dependence, international engagement, incident response, resiliency, and recover policy and activities, including the computer network operation, information assurance, and law enforcement. So these are the terms we can define cybersecurity in that expert level. Next, so why cybersecurity is important? What is the significance? So in today we are in a digital world, right? So one cannot ignore the cybersecurity. Why? Because one single security breach can lead to exposing the personal information of millions of people. So these breaches have a strong financial impact. If you take if you are working on a company, if your personal information is exposed, right? What it will happen for your company, it will give the loss for the trust of the customer, and even it will give the financial loss for the company. So hence the cyber security is very essential to protect the business and as well as the individual from the spammers as well as the cyber criminals. So if you take how why we have to protect the cyber security in business or organization. So if you give protection, if you are protecting the personal data of the individual, so it will lead to help preserving the reputation. So if you are preserving the reputations, so it will enhance the productivity, so that it will make the assistant to work in the remote workplace. And so it will regularize the compliances what we are using in the organization, and so that it will improve the cyber posture, so we can get the better data management, and it will help to educate and to train the workforce, those who are working in the organization or the company, so that it will maintain the trust and credibility in the organization, so that we can streamline the access control and we can support the overall IT team. So like this, so if you are understand the significant role of the cyber security in any places, so it will be play a vital role for understanding the cyber security concepts. So next thing, so we understand what is the importance. Next, so what are the various different types or their types of cyber securities are there? So first level, in definition itself I said, so you want to protect the data from the storage to the network environment, right? So in the based on that category, we can divide the network cyber security into these types. So first one is network security. It is nothing but the practicing of securing the computer network from intruders, whether the targeted attackers or the opportunistic malware. So when you go with the second level, it is the application security, which will be focusing on keeping the software and the devices which should be free from threats. The third type is information security, we know, right? So we want to protect the integrity and privacy of the data, both in the cases where while it is storing as well as during the transmission, we have to protect the privacy and integrity of the data. It will becomes under the information security. The next is your operational security. It will include the processes and decision for handling and protecting the data asset. And next level is the disaster recovery and business continuity, in which it will define how the organization responds to a particular cybersecurity incident or any other event that caused the loss or operation of that data. The last level is the end user education. So whatever you are defining, if your people is not educated, your employer not educated, not trained well about the security, so what you can do, you have to address as the people, the most unpredictability cyber security people, that is the people who are working in the organization. You have to train them, you have to educate them. So what is the cyber security types and what is the importance? And next, so why we have to thorough all those the terms, why we have to be thorough in all the thing? So if you take the scale, the theft which has happened in the cyber security, so when you are taking in the year 2022, according to the Forbes, he present with a pack of diverse and terrifying cyber security challenges. So everything from the supply chain distribution to the increased smart devices risk to be continued. And second one, according to the cybercrime magazine, if you take, the cybercrime will cost the world around $10.5 trillion annually by the year 2024. Not only it stopped from the 2021, if it go with the next 4 years, the cost will be raised almost 50% for every 4 years. So that's the scale you have to thorough, why we have to give importance for this. And the concepts such as if your pandemic happen, if the cryptocurrency arrives, and the rise in the remote working area are coming together to create the target rich environment for the criminals to take advantage of this cyber security. Next, so what are the various types of threats they can use for conducting the cyber security? There are three types of threats. The first is cyber crime, the second one is the cyber attack, and third one is the cyber terrorism. So what do you mean by cyber crime? So to perform the cyber crime, you can involve the people like single actors, or you can go with the group of people targeting the system for financial gain, or it can may cause the disruption. So when you go with the cyber attack, it will involve politically motivated for information gathering about the some people. Third one is the cyber terrorism. It is intended to underdetermine the electronic system to cause panic or fear about the particular incidents. So this is nothing but your cyber terrorism. By using any one of the threat, which can cause the effect. Okay, next. So now, so we understand the basic terms: what is theft, what is vulnerability, why we have to more thorough about the cyber security. So the scale, everything we have known. So now, so today world, today present, right? So what are the various cyber threats are there? Right, among the three types, so different types of threats. There are 16 current threats are there in 2021. So what are they? So first one, it is the social engineering. The second one, third party exposure, configuration mistakes, artificial intelligence cyber threats, DNS tunneling, insider threats, state sponsored attack, ransomware, drive by cyber attack, poor cyber hygiene, cloud vulnerability, mobile device vulnerability, Internet of Things, poor data management, inadequate post attack procedure, Trojan horse. These are the top current 16 threats that will be in trends. So what do you mean by social engineering? So everyone, we are using the social networks. So each day, without social network, we are not moving anything, right? So what do you mean by the social engineering attack? So these are the attack, the type of cyber crime where the attacker fools the target system through the impersonation methodology. So how they can fools the target system? By in means of four types. So they are fools the target system. They impersonate the data from the attack. What by using phishing attack, by using the spoofing attack, by performing the whaling, and they can do the biting. Okay, by using these four types, they are performing the social engineering so that the target system was impersonated. And second attack is called third party exposure. So if you take the organization or the business, right, so they are using the third party people. So whenever you are using the third party people, it go to the exposure that the organization may face when uses the third party for services, or if they're using the software or any other task. So why we want to go with the third party? Who are all the third party? Like your vendors, your suppliers, contractors, anyone. Why we are there using? So they have to use the third party for supplying the goods or the services for your particular organization. So by using the third party, they may the exposure to some cyber crime and attacks. And third one is nothing but the configuration mistakes. So the configuration mistake may happen in the organization due to some reasons. For example, the failure of change device default configuration methodology, or if you are performing the network segmentation, and you can go with the, if you are not updating, or if you are not patching the software, right? So, and or else if you are using the very weak password in your system. So these are the reason it may leads to the configuration mistake problem. And fourth thing is nothing but the AI cyber threats. Now we cannot say what are the various important role your artificial intelligence is playing in our computer science engineering. So the AI has changed the game when it comes for the cyber threat. So the AI driven attacks, it will use the machine learning algorithms to quickly learn and analyze the security system, and it is easy for identifying and penetrating the what is the weak object in the system. So for that purpose, the malicious users are using the machine learning algorithm to detect what material we are using in that cyber threat. And third one, and next one is the DNS tunneling. So what do you mean by DNS tunneling? Actually, the DNS tunneling is useful in the organization, but the attacker may use this DNS tunneling to get the data. So it is the cyber attack. What it will happen, it allow the hacker to bypass the network security by using the DNS as a transport for malicious traffic. They are creating the malicious traffic by using the mechanisms called DNS tunneling in the organization. And next one is the insider threat. So we cannot expect the technology, what principle we are using in the organization to cause the cyber crime. So it is also possible because of the people, those who are working in the organization. So in that case, we will go with the insider attacks. So it is nothing but in this case, the person will play a culprit for making the attack. So why they have to perform the attack? It may be the two types. One is intentional insider threat, or we can go with the non-intentionally. Without the knowledge of the person itself, they go with the cyber attack. Okay, so this is nothing but the insider threat. And next one is called the state-sponsored attack. State-sponsored attack is also known as the national state cyber attack. What it will happen is it was conducted and supported by the government or government nation agencies. So against the other nations or other organization or any individual. So they come in involved and they will conduct the attacks. Why they have to conduct the attacks? In order to steal their information. They want to spread misinformation about the people, or they want to disrupt the government or military people. So in order to do that, they are using this state sponsored attack. They are performing in recently in 2023. So we have come across this Russian and Ukraine war, right? So there also they performed this type of state sponsored attacks to steal the information between the two countries. And next come to the ransomware. So ransomware is nothing but the ransomware is a malware that was recently happened, right? So it is a type of malware that block the access to software or the files in the computer system until a specific sum of money is paid. Okay, so they will they will lock the files or the software until if you want to pay some money to the people, those who are involving, they will definitely lock the access. So it will be comes under the ransomware type. And next one, the Trojanus. So this is not new one. It was evolving from the old. So this is Trojanus is the type of again malware attacks that involves the tricking the user into downloading and executing the program that appear to be legitimate. Actually, looking like a legitimate program. When it is downloaded, it will cause injection to the system. So that type we will call it as the Trojanus type. So there are four types of Trojanus are there. The first one, backdoor Trojanus. Second one, downloaded Trojanus. And third one, ransomware. And fourth one is the mail finder Trojanus. So all will be looking like a legitimate program. When you are without knowledge, you are suppose downloading, it will cause injection, it will cause injury to your system. By it will get the unauthorized access and it will get data from your system. And next thing, drive-by cyber attack. What it is? It is also known as the downloading attack. Drive-by downloading attacks. So this is the advanced versions of Trojanus. There, without the knowledge, we are downloading the program and making the system too vulnerable. In this case, so what it will happen? The malicious script in the program that causes the program to download and install itself on the user device without the permission of the user. So automatically it will installed in your particular system. So by executing the malicious scripts. So this is nothing but the drive-by cyber attack. And next one is the poor cyber hygiene. So what happen if you are performing some methodologies in your organization? So you are not making hygiene. So you are not making a well protected measures to protect the system. So what happen? It will lead to the poor hygiene, cyber hygiene process. So it is a collection of risk practice that can leave the organization as well as the individual, which will be vulnerable to the cyber threats. So what it will happen? So how it is happening? What are the methodologies they are following? So that if you are using the weak password, what it will happen? If you are using the unpatched software, what it will happen? So yeah, unaware of you are clicking the unwanted links which will becomes in the website. So it will also leads to the unauthorized access. So if you don't have any knowledge about it, there is a lack of security solutions which will be provided in your organization. So all this are the poor hygiene about the cybers you are following in your organization. So what it will happen? So it will lead to data breaches. It will lead to financial loss in your organization. So the damage to reputation it will cause, it will cause the loss of customer trust, and even it will lead to make the government fines. So these are the things. So finally, so these are the various 16 cyber threats are available in 2024. So if you are moving the cloud, there also vulnerability. We are accessing the service provider, so where there will be given the protection. So these are the various problems that is occur nowadays, right? So next, so how we can So what are the methodologies are there to what are the trends and predictions are there in 2024. So if you go first trend, there are 10 trend evolving trend when you are talking about the cyber security. The first one is the increased focus on AI and machine learning in cyber security. Why? Because AI is the emerging roles. So how we can make a trend in protecting the cyber data. Second one, the trend to the growing importance of IoT security. So after the next domain, we will incorporate the Internet of Things. So how we can make a trend when we are uh, involving the IoT as a process. The third, then you can go with the expansion of remote work and the cybersecurity amplification. The fourth trend is the rise of quantum computing and its impact on cybersecurity. And next, enhanced focus on mobile security, evolution of phishing attack, zero trust security. And the eighth trend is cybersecurity skill gap between the education. And ninth one, the blockchain and what is the importance in cybersecurity. And finally, you have to thorough about what is the cybersecurity insurance. So we will discuss each trend one by one. So first trend is nothing but, so in 2024, your artificial intelligence and the machine learning technology make a major role in data analytics. So if you do the data analytics, it will be easy for identifying and predicting the cyber threats, which will enhance the early detection of the cyber attacks. So the AI, which will be helpful for detecting the cyber, what it is happened early in early stage itself. When come to the second one, IoT security. See, so in 2024, the IoT, the Internet of Things, continues exponential growth by increasing the number of devices, so that the security also security challenges for protecting the small devices is also increasing. So the diversity and ubiquity of the IoT devices make them more attractive for the cyber attacks. Sorry, cyber people, so who are making the attacks. And third one, the expansion of remote work. So whenever you are working in the organization or the institutions, so we have to facilitate for remote working environment. So how we can give important in securing the remote access to the working environment, we will go with the solution called splash top. So it will offer the most robust remote access environment for the people who are working in the remote environment. And fourth trend, so when we are introducing the quantum computing, so nowadays quantum computing will play a role in 2024 for data processing and problem solving. In traditional methodology, we are for data processing and problem solving, we are using the bits, zeros and ones, right? So in quantum computing, we are using the qubits. So it means we can process the data, vast amount of data with high speed. We can do the data processing and data analytic in quantum computing concepts. So in that all the cases, if you take the cyber security, it will be very helpful. And next one, so starting from the traditional days to till now, your phishing attack will play a major role, because it is taking the financial credential. So if you are using the banking environment, all financial credential will be accessed by the attacker. So how we can overcome this phishing attacks? So the modern attack can bypass the traditional security measures, whatever we are protected for the phishing attack. So we have to give a robust authentication methodology to prevent the phishing attacks nowadays. So how can we prevent? By using the fox methodology. So this is the new method. It will facilitate the strong multi-factor authentication methodology to solve the phishing uh, phishing attack. And next is the mobile security. So now the mobile users may be increasing day by day. So why? So n number of tasks we are using the mobile phone. Without mobile, we can't do anything. So we can increase the task, like for personal as well as the organizational purpose. We are using the mobile device. So for remote work, for a financial transaction, for personal communication, we are using the mobile user. It will be helpful for the cyber threats. So that's all about the enhanced focus on mobile security. And go with the seventh trend. So it is the new term. What it is called is zero trust security. So what do you mean by zero trust security? So it is evolving by the year 2023, and still it is the expert is working on the term. So the principle work behind the zero trust security is nothing but never trust, always verify. So you should not compromise. Okay, my system is well secured. So in this concepts we will be, it is a advantage for the malicious users. So keep on they're doing the attack. So what we have to do is, it has to follow the principle called never trust, you always verify. So in traditional methodology we are just concentrating about the perimeter. So how we can protect the data in the perimeter level, means the boundary level only they are taking the concentration to protect the data. So but in this zero trust security, what happened, so not only the boundary level, perimeter level, we have to concentrate about the data which is working on inside as well as the outside the system. So you have to be concentrate on these two terms, and you have to be following the continuous verification, and you have to minimal the access rate, so that we can reduces the vulnerability and enhance the overall security of the system. So this is the concept behind zero trust security. So if we follow this, so some it will be useful for the cyber security people to protect the system. And eighth trend is nothing but the cyber security skill gap and the education. So we want to train the people, we want to educate the people. So what is the importance, and they have to, the cyber security expert they come in forward, and they're changing the curriculum, and they're giving the special training for the people about the importance of cyber security. Why? Because whatever the role, wherever the whoever the people, so we have to be aware of what cyber crimes, the cyber threats that is happening around us. And next thing, the ninth trend is the blockchain technology. So we know, right, what is the important significant role the blockchain playing nowadays. So blockchain, it is nothing but the decentralized ledger technology, so which will be used for principles like immutability, transparency, resistance to tampering. So we are we are working in a digitalized world, so we want to protect the digitalized transaction, as well as we have to protect the data from the cyber threats. So how the blockchain will helpful for protecting the data using the cyber security principle. The last trend, cyber security insurance. So when you talk about the institution, when you talk about the organization or the business people, so you have to insure the people as well as the asset, whatever you are using in the organization, you have to make the cyber security insurance. So if you go with what is the data you are using there, so based on the data you have to give the protection, you have to insure yourself, right? So the cost may be high. So if in that the case, you can spend more, you can make the insurance there, or else you can go with the splash face technology, what we seen early. So this is the two methodology you can use in the organization to insure yourself. So next thing, after these are the various cyber trends and protection. So what we can what are the various key technologies are there, so what is the various basic practices are there we can protect from the cyber attacks. So there are several points are there to discuss, to follow in practice. So first one, you can use the virtual private network to privatize your connection, first thing. And second one, you can before clicking any link, you have to be aware of it what you are clicking. And third thing, don't be lethargic with your password. So frequently you can change the password, and you can don't expose the password, you can use the strong password and frequently change your password. And fourth thing, scan the external devices for viruses, and store the sensitive information in your secure place in your work environment. And you can enable the two-factor authentication. So always whenever you are using the website, check the protocol whether you are using the HTTPS on your websites. And you can remove the adware from the computer, you can disable the Bluetooth connection whenever you are not using it. And you can avoid using the Wi-Fi when you are using the public networks. And you can invest in security upgrades, and you can educate the employee with white hacker technology. Just you can educate the basic knowledge about the cyber security. And next thing, so what are the basic tips if you are the if you are unaware of the computer? So basic levelage people are there, how they can easily understand what are the basics tips they have to follow in order to protect from cyber attacks. Or keep your software up to date, avoid opening the suspicious emails, Use the antivirus and anti-malware software on the electronic device, whatever you are using. Use a security file sharing solution to encrypt the data. Use strong password. Backup your data frequently. Be cautious of phishing emails or phishing scams, which is happening for you. And use the password manager. Use the authentication methodology. Don't reuse the password you have already used in different websites. So these are the basic tips. This they can follow even the normal people also. If they follow this, they can be aware from cyber attacks. So these are the various references I have followed for taking the current trends. If you are doing research, so you can go through these links and you will get more idea. You can take any we have discussed top 16 trends, so from that you can take any one trend and you can grow through it. You can understand the problem, what are the challenges it is facing, and you can, if you make the survey, you can go with the best solution to overcome that problem which was happening in 2024. It may also worse for the next upcoming years, so if you are unaware of cybersecurity importance. So thank you.